Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Jake Scott, who will fight on APFC 20, November 2nd. Hello, Jake. How are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm good. And actually, your fight against Miguel Sanson, I think that it's actually kind of a UFC level fight because you are a big prospect. I think that he's also a really good fighter. So if you can tell me a week to the fight, how do you feel about it, and what do you think about him as your opponent?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a UFC level fight in my opinion. I mean, he's 8-2, I'm 8-0. He has a really good resume, I have a really good resume, and we put on a show for the fans. But yeah, I feel great, dude. This is the best weight cut I've ever had, and training's been good. Body's feeling great, and I'm just ready to rock and roll.
And are you happy that you will fight him? Because in the end, I think that he will be a biggest challenge in your career, and I think that it is also quite important that you are challenged before going to the UFC.
Yeah, 100%. I have much respect for Miguel Sanson. I think he's a great fighter. And I think, yeah, every fight's supposed to be, a level up, like, better competition, better competition. So, yeah, I think he fits the script perfectly. And once I get the finish on November 2nd, I'm pretty sure I'll get that call.
And actually, I thought that maybe there will be a chance for you to fight for Contender Series this year, because you last time you fought it was in May, I believe, and of course you are undefeated. So I thought that maybe, especially one of the last weeks of the show, you will get your shot. And was it any were there like any talks about it?
There were no talks. I mean, I was obviously in contact with my management team, just ready to rock and roll right after May 17th against Asher Frederick. I defended my belt, got 8-0, and I just stayed ready for that call. That's why this weight cut's just been great, easy weight cut, good training camp because I've been staying ready for that call, whether it be short notice or if I was going to get on the Contender Series, if somebody got hurt or if they were just going to shoot me the call.
And of course, right now, the best option for going to the UFC, it's either like short notice fight or contender series shot. But also, there were there was a Ultimate Fighter with flyweight fighters, and for this. Were you interested in going to through this show?
Yeah, I was interested in going through the show. They did hit me up for an interview process, but I didn't get the final calling for it. Which is okay. You know what I'm saying? This is God's plan. I'm just waiting on the perfect opportunity, and when the opportunity comes, when it presents itself, I'll handle business.
I think that probably this kind of fight is better for you, and I like Ultimate Fighter, but I think also that it's like a little bit outdated concept that it was like great like 15 or even 10 years ago, but right now it's probably better to be a really good fighter on the regional scene and then try to get like directly to the UFC.
Right. I think the same thing. Like I think Contender Series is, gaining so much popularity that I think it's like, you know, overtaking the Ultimate Fighter now. So I think the Contender Series is even bigger, to be honest. That's where you can go in there and just put on a great performance. Um, and it's in the Apex, right? So I mean, it's dope. I think the Contender Series is the way to go, but I'm always down for a short notice call.
And about you making weight, how quickly can you make it? Let's say that there would be a chance for you to fight for one of the UFC cards. How quickly can you make weight?
Oh, I'm always ready to make weight. I said this in a previous interview. You know, like at my level, once you get to that 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, like you have to be ready at all times. Like you can't just go and, oh, I just got done with this fight. I'm gonna go eat like crap and go celebrate and stuff. You can have a couple of days to, celebrate your win and enjoy life a little bit, but this is a lifestyle. So I'm, always training, always keeping the body right because that's the last thing you want is let's just say I finish Miguel and then I go and do something stupid and get my weight up and the UFC calls, like that's just not me. I'm always gonna, keep my weight ready and I'm ready to go at any moment's notice.
Yes, and of course you are on the UFC radar for sure because you are undefeated, but not also this also the fact that you fought against really good fighters. Even in your last fight, you beat another really good prospects. So in the end, I think that probably it should be a matter of winning just this fight.
Say it again one more time.
That probably in your case, because you fought against really good fighters, it's just matter of winning this upcoming fight.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely looking for the win during this fight. I mean, that's all I'm thinking about. I'm looking for a crazy finish. Like I said, I respect Miguel Sanson, but um, I'm gonna go over there and get the win and hopefully get my shot at a UFC contract.
And when I watched your fights, it's like obvious that you are very skilled in all areas. You are a really good boxer. You know when to take opponent on the ground, like punish them on the ground. And for you, what was the first combat sport that you ever train?
I actually started in jiu-jitsu, right? I did jiu-jitsu straight for like 4 years at a jiu-jitsu gym, and then I transitioned into, the striking aspect because I wanted to get a lot of people just hop into all of it at once when they first start, but I feel like you have to have a base in something. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have a base in something. So knew I was like, I'm gonna get a ground game. I need a good ground game before I even start striking, and that was when I was like 17. So I did jujitsu for like 4 years straight, and then I started implementing like the striking and then the wrestling a little bit. So, but yeah, I say this in my last interview too. Like a lot of people underestimate my wrestling, but they don't really understand that I've started in jiu-jitsu and I've taken my fights to the ground in almost all my fights and I've dominated.
Yes, and actually, I thought that maybe wrestling was your like background because I saw that that it's like really hard for your opponents to defend the takedowns.
Right, right. Yeah, I never wrestled in high school, never did any of that. I mean, I practiced with the team and then I went to go train jiu-jitsu after school after the wrestling practice. I did that for a little bit, but I never wrestled in high school or middle school or anything like that.
And these are like kind of crazy facts sometimes because like one of the best wrestlers ever in MMA is GSP, and he also was like no, he didn't have any like previous background as the wrestler.
Right, right. You almost have to like force yourself to do the things that you don't want to do or that you're not good at. You know what I'm saying? In the very, very beginning, like I knew I needed a ground game, so I went and trained that every single day. So, yeah, you just got to do what you got to do.
And if you can tell me more about your team and the camp that you did, especially for this fight. So, how many weeks did you have to prepare, and who was your main sparring or sparring partners, let's say?
Yeah, so my home gym is Murcielago MMA in East Lansing. Head coach is Joaquin Rodriguez, and um, yeah, I think I had about 8 to 9 weeks when I got the contract, so plenty of time. Great fight camp. I'm getting tons of rounds in with Aaron Ward. He's fighting on the same card. Um, I think he's 4-1, I believe. He's a huge prospect coming up, so keep an eye out on him. But yeah, just getting tons of rounds in with him. It's great having him on the same card too. You know, we're both fighting at 125, so we're both cutting weight. We're both training together every single day, and I've got Mondo Gutierrez that's fighting this weekend in Michigan. I've been training with him. He's a great southpaw to work with. But yeah, I love Murcielago. Tons of savages in that room, and my coach Joaquin Rodriguez. He's always pushing the pace during practice and making it, like a fight simulation.
So probably like when you have you're one of the best sparring partners and of course training partners in on fighting on the same card, it's probably no better thing because you are like peaking in the same moment. And actually this fight is also like kind of crazy because he's like 4-1 and he's fighting a guy who's like 6-2. So it's another great fight.
Another great fight. Yeah, it's awesome. Like, there's nothing better than fighting on the same card as your buddy or your number one training partner.
And do you think sometimes that if not fighting, what would you do with your life?
Man, I don't know. Fighting truly did save my life, dude. Like, I mean, I was working at General Motors, so I'd probably still be over there, at the Flint truck assembly. But I figured I'd put all my eggs in one basket when I turned pro, and I'm just gonna go full bore at this MMA stuff because I didn't want any other distractions. And there's no better pressure than having no plan B. You know what I'm saying? Like putting all my eggs in one basket and focusing on MMA full time. But yeah, I mean, I really can't see myself doing anything else. This is my life. So I enjoy coaching on the weekends when I'm not in fight camp, and I just enjoy training, period.
And even sometimes fighters mention that they didn't want to have this kind of 9 to 5 job, that it's like great thing for them because they have a chance to like show their potential, and it's not like the office work.
Yeah, yeah, I hated the 9 to 5 life, and you have that thought in your mind, like, what if I actually put all my effort into this? You don't want to live your life with regrets. So that's why I had to leave my job and just fully commit to MMA. And like I said, I'm just not that 9 to 5 type of guy. I've always been an athlete, and I truly, truly love this sport.
And for now, of course, you have a lot of experience fighting in amateur and also pro. But from your experience, what is the like toughest part of MMA?
The toughest part of MMA would be probably just, missing out on a lot of family time and stuff out of the sport because you have to be so dedicated to this with your diet. There's no going out and spending time with the family like you used to. I mean, you get to after your fights a little bit, but training does consume like basically your whole entire day, especially when you're at my level, right? You have to be training 2 3 times a day, 7 days a week. And you know yeah, I mean, that's the hardest part about training is just or MMA is the training, the full dedication you have to put in.
But probably because you are so disciplined, you can use this kind of discipline to other part of your life, and the tough things will not be so tough like for other people.
Oh, 100% MMA makes killers savages mentally. Definitely makes you mentally stronger and, just a better human overall.
And who is your favorite fighter to watch, especially from the UFC?
Right now, I like Ilia Topuria. His style is just like mine, that heavy boxing style. He's got good takedown defense, good wrestling. His head movement's insane. So I'm really liking Ilia Topuria right now.
So what do you think should be next for him? Because there are usually mentioned like two options, but who would you see?
I don't know who they're gonna give him. I mean, he's fighting at 155 right now, right?
Yes.
Um, I don't know. I know Islam's going up to 170, so maybe who's Gaethje fighting?
Gaethje didn't have doesn't have like a fight booked for now.
Okay, that would be a cool fight, Gaethje versus Ilya.
Yes, because usually like there are rumors about two potential bouts like Paddy or Justin.
Right, right. Yeah, I think Justin should get the shot with Ilya. That would be a banger for sure. Both strikers. That would be insane.
And getting back to your career, because of course right now we are like super young fighter, and of course you have like big dreams. But what would make your career a successful one? So let's say that you are retired and you think about your career as the like super big success.
Um, I think yeah, once I'm done with fighting, I'm always gonna stay in the sport. So I feel like I'm just gonna continue to pass on my knowledge and open up my own gym and you know just continue teaching and pass on the knowledge to the youth.
And would you be interested also in being like the coach for the professional like UFC fighters, or do you think like more of the like ordinary people, let's say?
Oh yeah, 100%. I would totally be down for that. That was my dream obviously right now and is still my dream. And if a kid comes in when I'm older and wants to have that same dream, yeah, 100% I would totally be one of the top coaches.
And for now, are you a coach of also like a group of people, or is it more like individual training?
It's a group of people. I do private lessons on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but when I'm in fight camps, I kind of lower it down a little bit just to focus on myself. But I do teach Friday MMA classes and Saturdays over at a gym called Maverick MMA in Oxford, Michigan. So the ages range from I think like 16 to 16 and up. So yeah, I love those kids, man. They put in hard work and I enjoy teaching. And I think teaching actually helps you as a fighter slow things down and really focus on the technique.
Yes, because you need to be able to explain everything, and it's probably sometimes it's not a easy thing because for you it's like super easy, but to let people understand it, it's probably sometimes it's not so smooth, let's say.
Oh, 100%. Like sometimes you explain it and you understand it perfectly, but then the kids are like you have to slow it down. And when you slow things down, whether it be a submission or a combination, like it really helps you to really catch, the mistakes that you're making, just slowing the move down.
And I have one last question. Let's say that it's more of the outside of the fight game. Who was your favorite like superhero when you were a young kid?
Man, I was into Spider-Man, man. I used to watch Spider-Man all the time, so yeah, I'd say Spider-Man was probably my favorite superhero growing up.
Like I believe that in 90s it was great. Like it was called Amazing Spider-Man. I think it was like animation series in TV. So it was like a super fun one, definitely.
Oh yeah, 100%. Always watching that stuff when I was little. Yep.
Okay, Jake. So many thanks for the time and for conversation. I think that it's absolutely great fight. It probably should be on the UFC card, but I hope that it will be your last fight before you get to the UFC.
Thank you, brother. I hope so too. I'm ready to rock and roll November 2nd. Tune in on UFC Fight Pass.